Hi everyone. Hi Adeva. So sorry. So yeah, hello. I'm Soleil Ignacio, and I'm Chole on Instagram. And so yeah, just a brief background. I'm an illustrator. I do a lot of like illustrations on women, ganyan. And as Adeva mentioned, na growing up, one of my biggest inspirations talaga is Little Mermaid, Sailor Moon, Barbie, ganyan. Tapos parang I remember drawing Ariel from the Little Mermaid sobrang everyday, ganyan. And then, I remember having this one. So, may malaki akong poster niyan sa kwarto namin. And parati ko siyang dinodrawing, like everyday talaga. So, halos na-memorize ko na yung buhok ni Ariel, yung mata niya, and all that. And then, parang thinking about it now, parang, okay, hindi pala magandang, hindi magandang, what do you call this? Parang, hindi magandang idol si Ariel kasi sobrang sutil niya pala na bata. So yeah, yun. And also parang naisip ko sobrang into, I mean, I love the beach, I love water, ganyan. Feeling ko kasi cancer yung sign ko. So yun, water sign, unrelated, but yeah. So yun. So, ano pa ba? So basically yun yung childhood ko. And I guess medyo nag-stick yun sa akin subconsciously. I've always been drawing women, girls, so yun, I really love the female form, all the curves, and so growing up, going into grade school, high school, I was still drawing, pero it wasn't parang it wasn't the career that I was thinking of having. So initially I wanted to take up interior design kasi during high school sobrang naging addicted ako sa Sims. So parang feeling ko, okay, gusto ko to gawin for my work. Gusto ko lang gumawa mag-design ng mga bahay and ayun. And then so come college entrance exams na. So dapat mag-interior design ako sa UST. Pero yung mama ko, pinilit ako mag-fine arts sa UP. Sobrang baligtad ng lahat ng parents, di ba? So, ayun. So, I took up visual communications in UP. So at that time, wala akong idea at all kung ano yung visual communications. Tapos parang inisip ko na, fine arts, ano yan, magpipaint lang ako everyday. And I wasn't a painter at all. so, 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 ayun. And then, nung nasa college na ako, so I discovered na ang dami pa palang ibang, like, ang dami pang under fine arts. Like, yun nga, we have advertising, we have graphic design, painting, and all that. So, I discovered illustration then through my classmates kasi so sila parang ang dami na nilang alam na artists and illustrators during that time. So, I knew James Jean, Audrey Kawasaki, Alphonse Mucha, yung mga ganyan. So, yun. I went back to drawing and illustrating, but still I wasn't thinking of doing that as a job after college. So I found out that I really like graphic design also. So parang doon ako nag-focus more than illustration. So fourth year, I interned at MTV, tapos as a graphic designer. Sorry, wala akong photos. Di ko na mahanap yung mga photos from then. Pero yeah, I'll just briefly tell you about my pre-professional life. Yep. And then, so yun nga, MTV, graphic designer. And then after college, I got into Status Magazine as a graphic designer. And then after like a year, art director. And then after parang siguro less than 2 years doon, parang nag-decide na ako to quit because during that time, so naging mas na-discover ko na yung love ko for illustration. So I had friends who are also in the fashion industry who were always collaborating with me. So I was doing a lot of fashion editorials na illustrated, blah, blah, blah. So yun, parang naisip ko na, okay, I really like illustrating and parang meron naman palang career out of this. So I decided to quit my art director job and go freelance na. So that was, I think, 2011. So since 2011, I've been doing this. So I've been self-employed until now. So yeah, we'll go back. I will go to that story mamaya. So, ayan, client work, commercial work. So I'll just go through this briefly. Hindi ko, parang onti lang yung nilagay ko dito kasi I wanted to talk more about like pre-pandemic, like my pandemic life. So yun. So one project that really basta sobrang naging favorite ko from the last year or last few years was this Uniqlo project. So for their, I think this was the launch of Uniqlo UT here in the Philippines. So they tapped 10 artists kasama Happy Garahe, sino pa ba? Si Micah, si M. Micah, ang dami namin. So, sila Dan Matutina yung nag-curate. And I'm so thankful for them getting me and including me to the list. Kasi sobrang tuwang-tuwa ako sa project na to. And alam mo yun, I can't believe it's such a nice feeling seeing your illustration on a shirt and then on a very, big and known company such as Uniqlo. And grabe yung support no ng mga tao kasi so for this design you have to go to their flagship store in Makati to have it printed. And then so during the first day ata I was getting messages na ang haba daw ng pila. They were having a hard time having my design printed kasi syempre yung ibang artist din sobrang daming gusto ng shirt. So yun, ang saya na ang daming support from everyone. And so for my design, I wanted to feature these two female Filipina na parang, I don't want to, ayoko na, gusto kong mag-move away from the typical Maria Clara concept. So para silang Maria Clara-ish pa rin, pero sobrang fierce nila and parang mahinhin pero secretly nagchichismisan sila, char. Gina-judge ka nila. Pero yun, yeah. Okay, so this is the illustration. And then this one, so I did this Nadine Lustrous makeup line with BYS, which is Lustrous. So I think this was her first one with them. And yeah, I also really enjoyed this project kasi she gave me parang almost, basta yung she gave me a lot of freedom with this, and she just said what the feel she wanted for the design, and parang so she wanted something tropical, ganyan. So yun, and she really loved the design also, and I loved how it turned out also with the gold foil, ganyan. So I was able to do a lot of not really experiment, but I was able to go all out-ish with the illustrations. Kasi some clients they're medyo pa sila medyo conservative pa with using illustrations. So yeah. And then this one, medyo recent. So I also do like editorial illustrations for magazines, for publications, and for this one, I was luckily tapped by Vogue Japan. So I did these workout illustrations for, I think, medyo lockdown season na ata, or pre-lockdown season. So parang mga workout to do at home, yan. So yun, ang surreal din ng feeling seeing your illustrations on a Japanese magazine. And syempre, I had a face na sobrang into anime, or I mean until now I'm very into anime. So, and I love going to Japan, ganyan. So parang, oh my god, nasa Japanese magazine yung drawings ko. So yun. And also, so I made it sure I made yung skin tone ng illustrations ko, I made it a point na gawin silang medyo morena. Kasi 'di ba, I mean, other yung mga Asian countries, we have this obsession with white skin, light skin, ganyan. So, medyo pinasukan ko ng onting morena-ish look yung illustrations. And yun. Ayan. And another one, isang sobrang memorable project sa akin is this collab with Forever 21. So, nung minessage nila ako, medyo na-shock ako nung sabi nila na, okay, hi Soleil, we want to do a collab with you, blah, 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 for our summer collection. Parang ako, totoo ba to? Kasi, syempre, when I was starting out, isa tong brand na to sa mga parang gusto kong maging ka-work. Kasi, of course, when you're looking for inspirations, yung mga artist idols ko parang they're all doing projects and campaigns with fashion brands, and that was one of my goals back then. Na parang I want to do something big with a fashion brand. So when Forever 21 approached me, so parang ako, oh my God, totoo, okay, GG, ganyan. And then so at first, yung brief lang namin is to, so gagawa ko ng illustration, and then they would print out some of the illustrations that they would use on in stores. So sa window, so parang, oh my God, okay, dream come true, I love it, game, ganyan. And then, wait, next? So ito yung illustrations na printed in store. So I think sa SM Aura ata to. And then so parang ang saya na makita ng ganyang scale yung illustrations mo. And then so yun nga, like I mentioned earlier, yung brief was just illustration and then print in store. So pero dahil sobrang excited ko, nag-suggest pa ako, nag-propose pa ako sa kanila na, oh, what if we do something na parang video rin. I can't remember if ako ba yung nag-propose nun or sila rin yung may gusto nun. Pero, so yeah, we ended up doing a video na parang ipi-play daw nila in store. So, okay, I love it, game. And so, sabi ko, ako na yung mag-produce ng video. Kasi, and I also wanted to add animated illustrations dun sa video. So, dahil sobrang gusto ko yung project, nag-propose pa ako ng more. Para lang, di ba, para lakihan na natin, gandahan na natin ang todo, bonggahin na natin. Tapos yun, thankfully, pumayag sila dun sa, na gumawa rin ng video and all. And then, parang nagkaroon pa kami ng lunch, parang gano'n. Na during the lunch, I also had a live fashion, portrait illustrations of the guests coming in. And then we also had a limited edition na roundy na towel na produced also by Forever 21. So, yeah, it's a really, really memorable project for me. And so, ito yung video in store. And Luis, can you also play the video that we made? So, here's the video that we made. And so you also saw our cats. So sila Lester, meron sila si Bauhaus. Siyempre sa akin, meron ding cameo si Junjun and si Pugo. Ayun. Yeah, so it was a very short video lang, parang BTS of me working on the illustrations. Ganyan. And then I asked my friend who's a motion graphic designer to animate my illustrations to use for the video. Ayun. So it was a nice collab. And Hindi rin kasi madalas, I mean, hindi ko madalas ginagamit yung illustrations ko on videos, and I don't see it often animated. So, oh my God. So, sobrang exciting din nung nakita ko siyang animated. I love it. Okay, and then so aside from like illustrations on digital or 2D, I also want to make illustrations na tactile. So for this one, so I had this collab with Modern Myth. They're a local jewelry designer. So they contacted me asking na gusto nila gumawa ng isang collection with me. So parang ako, during that time, medyo ang weird kasi ang dami kong tinitingnan ng mga jewelry kasi parang medyo naging into jewelry ako noon. As in yung Pinterest board ko, puro mga rings, mga necklaces, earrings, and then bigla na lang nag-email yung Modern Myth. So parang, okay, ang tawag dito, rule of attraction, or yeah, whatever. So parang ganun yung nangyari kasi bigla silang nag-contact na gusto nilang gumawa ng jewelry collection. So yun, so I did illustrations na ginawa naming earrings, and may necklace din na illustrated. So for this, parang yung what do you call this, yung challenge is to make it simple enough na magiging maganda siya on jewelry. Kasi syempre, sorry, may lang. Syempre, iba yung medium. And for my illustrations, usually my style is very rendered. So, ang daming lines, and yung way ng pag-color ko, medyo detailed. So for this, I needed to do it very simple para magiging para mag-match siya sa medium. So thankfully okay naman yung kinalabasan, and sobrang ang dami ring natuwa with this. And I think yung favorite ko dito is yung necklace na mukha. Sobrang cute niya. Ayun. And yung necklace na sun, and sa kabaliktaran niya moon. Kasi, so yung name ko is, meaning niya sun in French. So yun, wala lang. So lang yung maglagay ng parang sun, eme. And then moon. Okay, next is, so this is another product collab that I had with Body Party naman. So for this, sila, yun, swimsuit line na local rin to. So what's nice with Body Party is that their materials are eco-friendly, and they use recycled materials. I think yung galing sa mga lumang fishnets ata yung ginagamit nila for their fabric. So it's also a really nice business, and a sustainable ang tawag dito. Yeah, maganda yung direction ng Body Party. So I agreed with them. Okay, so here's the illustration, and then yung paano siya ginamit sa swimsuit, sa products. And also, pag walang budget, syempre, ako na yung magmo-model rin with my friend Ariel Serafico. Ganun talaga. So pag onting budget, ikaw na mag-model. Okay, so yeah. And then this was medyo recent. So parang medyo right before COVID hit. I think this was January-ish ata. So, hindi. For this one, this was mga end of 2019. So, una, Nike contacted me they just wanted like a simple illustration they could use for a DJ booth, kasi they were launching, I think, Air Force One for women, or basta they had an event for Air Force One women. So they wanted illustrations of women that they could use for their DJ booth, and like mga LED panels nila. And also during that event, I also custom shoes on site. And so yeah, so this was the illustration. This is also medyo may slight animations din siya, pero hindi ko ma-attach yung GIF, so what else. So yan. And then, after that, since sobrang nagustuhan daw nila yung work ko with them, they approached me again to ask me to paint murals for their upcoming at that time, new branch at MOA. So gusto na ng murals all over the store. And also they wanted kasi to focus more on women daw. So yun, so they wanted a lot of imagery of women kasi, women get it done, girls get it done, char. But yeah, so this was the design, and then this was mock up. So ano ba to, dressing, fitting room. So yung design, they wanted it based din dun sa una kong illustration with them. So I think okay, never mind. Okay, go. So ito yung fitting room. So mock up yan. Ayan, sobrang construction pa yung lugar. And then this was me nung nagpe-paint na ganyan sa kalaki. So medyo na-shook ako dyan. Ang haba ng wall. And buti nagawa naman namin. So syempre, assistant ko dyan, yung partner ko, si Chris. Siya nag-scale niyan lahat. Ako lang nag-render. And yun, sobrang laki ng illustration. And I think kinailangan namin to gawin ata in 1 week. So parang todo rat-rat na kami dito kasi after 1 week, yun ata yung opening nung branch. So may mga party, ganyan. So we really had to get it done by the deadline. And also habang dinadala na yung mga merchandise doon, yung products, nagpe-paint pa rin kami. So this is also one part of the store. So yan yung study, and then this is painted na. So yan, nakikita nyo na sobrang dami ng mga damit-damit dyan. So nagpe-paint pa rin kami. And yeah, so wala akong finished product, but yun, you get the picture, I guess. And then, so as I said earlier, this was happening like mga February or January ata, this mural. So we were in MOA. Tapos, yun yung time na parang medyo dumadami na yung nag-face mask. Tapos parang kami, kailangan na ba natin mag-face mask? Safe pa ba dito? Pero kebs lang kami, paint pa rin kami. And then, yun nga, March 2020 happened. So, a few months before, I think January 2020, we got this place. Oh no, we rented this place to use as a studio, parang collective studio with other artists, with other designers. Kasi I was really craving a community. Kasi after so many years of working alone, working at home since 2011, sobrang parang gusto ko na ulit ma-feel yung feeling na may co-worker and yung magla-lunch kayo out, ganyan, na may ibang kausap other than Chris, my partner. Gusto ko na ng iba ulit na ibang tao. So, and also from traveling to Tokyo, or recently kasi nung nag-travel kami to London, and may napuntahan kami na sobrang gandang mga artist space. So sobrang nainggit kami sa feeling na parang shit, gusto ko rin ng ganito, gusto ko rin ng parang may workshop dito, and then may graphic design studio, and then may parang mini gallery. So we wanted to have that space of our own here. So yun, we got this old house na we converted into parang mini studios. So mga January yun, and then so ito kami, studio kapitbahay. So we're not really like one company or one studio. We just share the space. So some of us are filmmakers, graphic designers, a design studio, architectural firm, and potter, muralist, ganyan. So iba-iba. And so we thought na sobrang ganda nun kasi at least iba-ibang industry, we get to hear from their stories, ganyan, and we get to share different perspectives. So sobrang excited kami for the studio. Actually, I'm here right now sa studio ko. And so February, ano pa kami noon, ang tawag dito, nag-opening party kami. Parang excited na. Nag-invite kami ng sobrang daming tao, ganyan, to share the space. Kasi, as in, ang dami namin gustong gawin sa space na to. Workshops, shoots, ano pa ba, basta, whatever you can think of na creative, gagawin natin dyan. And then yun nga, so after opening namin, March, biglang nag-lockdown. So, anek, di na namin magamit yung studio. So, syempre, hindi namin, umalis kami sa studio for a few months kasi malamang lockdown. So, yun nga. But, nung medyo nag-ease na yung lockdown, nung medyo nag-ease na yung lockdown, buti na lang, we have this space na kasi parang feeling ko talaga mababaliw na ako nun sa bahay. Parang ayoko na dito, please. Gusto ko lumabas. So, this is sa loob ng studio namin. So this is the left one is like our common area and then the right one is in my own space. So lahat kami may own rooms. So yeah, so nung nag-ease na nga yung lockdown, buti na lang meron kaming own room. So at least we can still go to our studio but still be separated from the others. So, yun, sobrang laking savior din ng space na to for my and our, lahat kami, our mental health. Kasi parang at least we can still work and like feel productive. But yeah, work kasi ako, never ko talagang na-feel na productive ako during the lockdown or basta buong year last year. So ito na nga yung gusto kong pag-usapan, yung pandemic life ko. So, nung nag-start yung lockdown, syempre lahat tayo parang, okay, anong gagawin natin? Walang trabaho, ganyan. So, ako, as in, nawalan din ako ng work, todo. And then, syempre nung una, parang, fun, sige, lalaro lang ako. I think mga 1 month or basta mga 1 month ata ako naglalaro lang ng PS at that time. So, yun yung lumabas yung FF7. So, ako, yun, tinapos ko kagad yung FF7 nun. Kasi, I mean, kung may work man ako, sobrang onti lang and hindi ko siya feel gawin. So parang ako, whatever, may pandemic, di ako magtatrabaho. So medyo makapal pa, mayabang pa ako na parang, carry naman to, ilang weeks lang to maglalast, ganyan. So, nung nakagawa na ako parang nung na-feel ko na maging creative ulit. So ito yung parang unang illustration na nagawa ko during lockdown. Nagtatry pa ako maging funny nun. Parang okay, ganyan, iyak-iyak. Pero deep down, sobrang totoo yan. Umiiyak talaga ako nun. Parang every other day ata. Parang yung emotions ko nun sobrang taas-baba ng todo. Like one day, parang inspired ako na, oh my God, tara, game, let's do this. Okay, let's help this cause. Let's donate, blah, 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 blah. Okay, galit na galit tayo ng lahat. Galit na galit ako ng lahat sa government. Parang, what the hell? Ano nangyayari? And then the next day, parang, ayoko na mabuhay. So parang, yeah, sobrang confusing talaga ng emotions ko nung time na yun. Which, I'm sure lahat tayo, ganun din nun. Pero sobrang nakakapagod. And then, so, ito parang nag-dip na naman yung yung emotional roller coaster ko. Parang parang feeling ko noon nasa sobrang trapped ako inside our house. Parang ayoko na ganyan. Basta yun, alam mo yun, hindi ko ma-explain. Basta, 'di ba, parang feel mo ang sikip-sikip na ng bahay mo na parang hindi mo na alam yung gagawin mo or ano. So this is me trying to be productive, pero during that time, as in, wala ako sa mood at all. And then, so seeing everyone, or like, seeing a lot of artists online, ang dami ko nakikita na parang sobrang productive nila, na ang dami na ng projects na nagagawa, like mga personal projects, ang dami ng classes na na-attendan, tapos parang ako, anong ginagawa ako with my life? Wala akong ina-attendan na class, wala akong projects na nagagawa, so parang, what the hell? Ba't sila ganun? Paano nila saan nila nakukuha yung inspiration? Tapos parang, so feeling mo, you're all alone. Ay, yuck. Anyway, okay, next. So ayan, so medyo tumaas na naman yung ano ko, yung moral ko. So nakagawa ko ng something medyo positive-ish, parang keep going. Wow, girl, positive ka. And if you can see, so parang, di ba, medyo ang colorful niya yung mga works ko nung time na yun. Kasi feeling ko, dyan at ako nagko-compensate kung gaano ka-shitty yung time na yun. So parang yung works ko, todohin ko na ng kulay ito para maging masaya naman ako. And also, so for this keep going illustration, during that time, medyo yung nagiging focus ko nun is our flower shop. So me and my mom, yung mama ko, meron siyang flower shop. So ako naman, parang yun yung ginawa kong focus ko during that time. So tinutulungan ko siya to develop the flower shop and to run the flower shop. Especially, medyo kaka-open lang kasi nung December 2019, ganon. So, nung time na to, I think this was mga May, ganyan, July, or June, July. So, tinulungan ko na siya na mag-set up ng website and online ng delivery para naman tumuloy na yung flower shop business niya. So, yun yung naging focus ko, more on flowers. Kaya, if you follow me on Instagram, parang puro pinopost ko na ata ngayon mga bulaklak. So, sabi ko na florista na ako, hindi na ako illustrator, nag-shift na ako ng career. Tapos, so, yun. So, medyo flowers na yung focus ko recently. So, segue to that. Ito na yung flower shop namin. So, Flower Ranch, isa siyang maliit na flower shop dito sa Shaw, Mandaluyong. So, sa mama ko siya. And as in, sobrang liit lang niya. So, since, so I mentioned earlier na as in, wala talaga akong inspiration to do anything illustration related, diba? As in, every time I try to draw something, parang walang lumalabas, walang lumalabas sa utak ko and hindi ko talaga feel yung kahit anong magawa ko. So I decided to just focus more on design na lang muna and other things na hindi ako or like hindi brand ko per se. Gets? Parang at least ibang ibang entity na parang okay, pwedeng maiba yung utak ko and magkaroon kami ng space muna ng aking illustration career. So yeah, so for this, since I initially started with graphic design, diba? So, ayun, parang na-discover ko ulit na parang, I really enjoy graphic design nga pala. So yun, for this, ginawa ko, dinesign ko yung website and then yung logo and then kung ano-ano pang mga branding ng shop. So yan yung mga branding ng shop. So, mga stickers, ano pa ba? Packaging, and yung sa mga cups, and Instagram. Siyempre, dapat maganda yung Instagram. Tapos parang naging social media manager na rin ako kasi ako yung nagmamanage minsan ng Instagram page. And so, yun nga. So, ito yun. And ito, nabuksan ko ulit yung illustrator ko after a very long time. So parang ang dami ko na nakalimutan ng mga kung ano-anong annex sa Illustrator. So this is me trying to design stuff for Flower Ranch. Tapos, so isang nakakatawang blooper. Mali yung Instagram name na nalagay ko sa sticker. Buti na lang nanay ko lang yung kliyente ko dito. At hindi like legit client, kundi lagot ako. But yeah, wala lang. Share ko lang. So yan siya, Flower Ranch Cafe. So medyo pati photography, ako na yung gumagawa. And then, yeah. I'm really proud of this little project. And also yung interiors nito. So, diba, like I said, sobrang liit lang niya talaga. Like literal, maliit talaga. Lahat ng papasok sa store, magugulat sila na, ay, ang liit lang pala. So, maliit siya talaga. And, diba, yun nga, I mentioned earlier na gusto kong maging interior designer before. And yung mama ko, nag-take siya ng interior design, like, a few years back kasi parang gusto na rin niya maging creative like me and my brother. So, nag-take siya ng interior design. So, for this shop, parang, okay, ginawa namin siyang little project na interior design, namin. And also, yung brother ko kasi, nag-woodworking siya. So, little family project namin yung store na to. So, yeah. And ayan, so this is me being the shop delivery girl slash everything else. And also, so wait, so may nakakatawang story dito sa na to, sa picture na to. So, kumukuha ako ng bulaklak sa store. Tapos magbabike ako papunta ng studio ko to shoot stuff. Tapos, since ang laki-laki ng bulaklak, nakalabas nga siya sa backpack ko. So one time, nagbabike ako paalis ng studio, ng shop. May nakakita daw na sa akin na may dala nun. Tapos parang nagtaka siya, saan kayong flower shop dito? So nakita niya yung flower shop. Tapos wala lang. Natuwa yung mama ko, sabi niya sa akin, sige, every time pupunta ka dito, magdala ka na ng bulaklak para ka na rin, parang promotion ka na dyan. And yeah. And also, if you can see yung bike ko, so isa rin yan na parang result of this pandemic shittery. So before March, I think mga February, bumili talaga kami ng bike. Pero hindi yan. Bumili ako ng city bike because I wanted to ride a bike na lang from home going to the studio kasi medyo malapit lang. So I wanted to ride the bike para hindi na ako mag-tricycle parati kasi ang mahal-mahal mag-tricycle if you add it up. And tapos biglang I think mga March, April, ganyan, yung brother ko, nabudol niya kami na bumili ng road bike na para, kasi since walang kotse, maluwag yung kalsada, parang, tara, bike tayo, ganyan, masarap mag-bike sa labas. So, syempre, ayun, wala. Na-pressure kami bumili ng bike and I really enjoyed it. And I'm thankful na nabudol ako and kami nung iba ko pang friends na bumili ng bike kasi sobrang dami naming napuntahan na hindi namin maiisip na mapuntahan before just using our bike. And yun, so I guess that's one upside of this pandemic. Napabili ako ng road bike and alam mo yun, nakapag-bike ako to Antipolo, to Tagaytay. So yeah, I think if hindi nangyari yung pandemic, hindi ako magbabike ng ganyan kalayo. So yeah, I think that's looking at the silver lining, I guess. And yeah, ayun. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see all my bike content. As in, bike and flower shop content. Wala na atang illustration content doon. So sorry sa mga nag-follow sa akin for the illustrations. Pero hindi ko feel talaga ngayon mag-illustrate. Pero yeah, I'm doing a lot of designing kasi parang okay talaga siya na break from my real job, I guess. Yeah. So that's it. Mabilis lang. So guys, kapit lang and thanks for listening.
Right, thank you so much for sharing your fantastic designs and the pandemic experience. Talagang kapit lang po tayo. Maka naman, no? So, konting-konti na lang talaga. Ladies and gentlemen, Soleil Ignacio. Thank you, Miss Soleil.
Hi, thank you.
Sige, actually, while we are still waiting, we're compiling the questions here in our chat box. So, I'm just going to ask you, how did you manage to find your style thing? Because there are really a lot of illustrators who focus on women, and your work really stands out. How do you do that? How do you do that?
Nako, alam mo, sobrang hirap sagutin yan. Pero, so what I always say is, hindi ko to perfect, pero you just have to have your own voice and you have to know what story you want to tell through your work, through your illustrations, ganyan. And I guess with mine is I wanted to tell my own personal story. So if you can see through my illustrations, they're all brown-skinned women, ganyan. Pero if you trace my works way back, sobrang iba. Kasi nadidiscover ko lang din siya along the way. So now, that's the story I want to tell, is my own personal story na parang, here in the Philippines, diba, we're all really, media has taught us na parang, you should have white skin, light skin, ganyan. But it's natural for us to have dark skin. So I just want to say through my illustrations na our brown skin is beautiful. You can accept it, ganyan, flaunt it, be proud of it. Yun. And I guess with my techniques, sobrang magbabago siya along the way. Eh. And you just have to keep doing illustrations, keep drawing, keep doing your craft para eventually may lalabas na pattern dyan. And it's something na lalabas sa'yo naturally. You can't force it to happen. If you have this, kunwari, meron kang super idol na parang, oh my God, ang ganda ng gawa niya, gusto kong maging ganon. You can't just copy that kasi hindi yun yung natural sa'yo. So I guess you can get inspiration from that, pero you have to put something na personal, something that's you, and that will make you stand out from all the other artists out there.
Beautifully said. So you put yourself in your work, and I think that's all. That's
Yes.
something artists really do, no? That's why sometimes when people comment on our work, okay, we get personally attacked. Ba't ganun?
Diba? Exactly. Na parang, oh my God, sorry na. Ayaw mo yung gawa ko.
Talagang may ganun. Okay, we have another question from April C. As an illustrator, how do you create a guideline for yourself for the kind of projects you'd like to work on and the ones you'll turn down? So how do you make that selection?
Well, having a lot of years na experience, nung una, wala akong guideline at all. Siyempre parang, okay, trabaho, go, accept this, kailangan ko ng pambayad ng ganito. Pero along the way, you will discover ano yung mga gusto mong work and ano yung parang kahit magbayad ng sobrang laki, hindi siya worth it. Kasi 'di ba meron dyan na parang willing magbayad ng napakalaki or ang laki ng budget pero ayaw mo talaga yung project. If you accept that, parang mid-project, mafe-feel mo na, shit, I hate this work. Parang ayaw mo nang tapusin, di ba? Kahit na sobrang laki ng makukuha mong bayad sa kanya, parang, so, ang laki rin naman ng stress na nakukuha mo and parang ayaw mo siyang gawin eh. So, parang, yeah, so I guess for me, meron na akong mga projects na gusto kong mangyari or like goals ko, and then I know which ones I really don't want to accept. And then it's also not all about money kasi syempre if you have this I guess kung meron kang mga advocacy ganyan, syempre not a lot of these organizations don't have the budget. So you can work with them because at least it's something that you like and something you believe in. Ayun pala, as long as the project is something you like and something you believe in. So that's the most important one. Kasi if it's something na hindi nag-agree sa standards mo, like what Lester said a while ago, diba? Parang blood money. No. Yun.
So we also work with, I think it largely goes with, we largely work with people or the companies which also show or have similar values as us.
Yes.
Kasi
yes,
parang
exactly.
personal, kaya nga kasi art is personal. It does that. Okay, we have several more questions. Ang dami mo ding fans, Miss Soleil. So dito, how were you able to get the connections to brands such as Nike and Forever 21? Do you have any tips maybe to get discovered as an illustrator?
So for me, parang medyo swerte ako kasi nag-start ako mag-Instagram nung unang mga araw lang din ng Instagram. So, medyo na-build ko na yung audience ko, I guess. And also since before I worked for a magazine, I worked with a lot of yun nga, mga brands for yung mga commercial content dati sa magazine. And I got to go to a lot of events, so I met a lot of people in the industry. And yeah, sobrang important talaga going out there. Pero yun nga, sadly now we can't do that. So you really have to up your Instagram game, and you have to have your website. So yun yung parating ko sinasabi na kahit na you think Instagram is the shit or TikTok, ganyan, parang for me, gusto ko pa rin na dapat meron kang website. Kasi yun yung place mo na that's really your own on the internet, that you can do anything. And parang yun na yung business card mo, I guess, now. Aside from Instagram, ganyan.
True. Yes.
But, not everyone kasi is on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. So, yeah, have a website.
May iba din manual networking. No? Pupunta talaga sa mga events. That also.
Yes. So
also
meron ako ng quick kwento about that. So pumunta ako before ng New York, and may dala-dala ako na printed postcard every time. Tapos pag may mga pupuntahan ng event, bibigyan ko talaga sila ng postcard. Parang, okay, kapalan ng mukha to.
Oh, it worked.
Yeah.
In fairness, it worked. Okay. So you also have, I think these are two related questions in two different forms, no? So first one by Cat Mello. As an illustrator that mainly works by yourself, how do you get over that creative plateau, or when you feel when you don't feel like you're improving anymore? What do you usually do? How do you get over that creative plateau?
I do other things. I watch series, I play games. Basta anything na madidistract ako, and anything na, as in, kasi parang when that happens, I just need to have a fresh perspective. Kaya I do things na sobrang unrelated to my work para ma-refresh yung utak ko, ma-refresh yung eyes ko. And before, pre-pandemic life, I try to go to different places, kunwari maglala Union or whatever, if my budget, magpunta ng ibang bansa para ma-inspire sa creative scene doon. Yun, basta you just need to have, just need to get a new perspective, yun nga, do something different basically. Pero, I mean, madali siyang sabihin, pero mahirap siyang gawin. Kasi syempre pa, mag-ano ka lang, labas ka lang, ganyan. Pero hindi siya ganun kabilis sa para, okay, go, wala na yung creative block ko. Hindi siya ganun, sadly.
Pag lumalabas yung isip mo pa rin, like, anong gagawin ko?
Oo nga. Diba? Tapos parang, shit, di ako nag-work. Guilty.
Guilt. There's guilt there. Okay, Ms. Soleil, last question. This is from Kathleen de la Cruz. Hi, do you have any advice for people who want to get into the fashion industry, into the PH, without attending fashion school? How do you reach out to get work?
Ako hindi ako nag-fashion school. So, syempre before marketing yourself, before going out there, you have to have a solid portfolio. Make sure your work is really polished, is something that you think clients would like, and yung kunwari, if you have certain projects na gusto mong gawin, or yun nga, mga goals mo na projects, do personal work na related doon. Kunwari, gawa ka ng mock-up ng, let's say you want to have, gusto mo rin ng, tawag dito, illustrations na printed on clothes, ganyan. Gawa ka ng mock-up ng mga ganon, and then put it out there, put your work out there. Don't be shy, and keep honing your skills. Yun. So, medyo mahirap talaga siyang trabaho, and matagal siyang gawin.
So, you gotta be patient with yourself.
Yes.
Make your portfolio, my dear. So, yun. Ms. Soleil, thank you so much for sharing all of these things to us. Ladies and gentlemen, our fifth and final speaker, Ms. Soleil Ignacio.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.